welcome to another exciting episode of Are You Smarter Than a Libertarian? Today we'll be tackling a tricky logical fallacy called begging the question, but don't worry, this isn't your average stuffy lecture. We're going to keep it entertaining, we're going to keep it educational, and most importantly, we're going to see if you are indeed smarter than a libertarian, at least when it comes to logic. First things first. What is begging the question? It sounds like something you do when your roommate borrows your snack money and you beg them to please explain themselves. But in the world of logic, begging the question is a fallacy in which the conclusion of an argument is assumed in the premise. In other words, you use your conclusion as part of the proof for the same conclusion. It's like running in a circle and high-fiving yourself for winning the race. That's just what it is. Now let's get down to business. How does this relate to libertarianism? Well, we all know libertarians love a good argument, especially if it involves topics like personal freedom, small government, or the best brand of curly fries. Let's see how a hypothetical libertarian might commit this fallacy in day-to-day conversation. Imagine your libertarian friend states, the government shouldn't regulate anything because regulating things is what the government shouldn't do. Yeah, you see that right there. That should be pretty obvious. That is begging the question. Do you see the problem here? The statement is basically saying we shouldn't regulate because we shouldn't regulate, which is begging the question. There's no outside proof or reasoning, just the conclusion that regulation is bad. Use it if it proves itself. Now let's break this down. The premise, government regulation is bad. We can agree with that. The conclusion is wrong though. Therefore, government regulation is bad. They never explain why it's bad. They only restate the question that it is bad. Now, it's time to find out if you are smarter than a libertarian when it comes to begging the question. I'll present you with a series of quick statements. Your job is to shout out whether it's valid reasoning or begging the question. Ready? Let's go. Personal freedom is the best type of freedom because it's the most superior kind. If you said begging the question, you are correct. We're not really explaining what makes it superior. We're just restating the conclusion as if it's proof. Next one. We can't trust the government to oversee market competition because government involvement always makes everything worse. If you answered begging the question, ding, 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 we're just claiming the government makes things worse without actual evidence or reasoning. The statement is its own conclusion. Third question, people should have the freedom to live their lives as they see fit, provided they don't harm others, because this promotes a society where individuals can flourish. If you answered valid reasoning, go you. This statement provides a premise, not harming others, and the conclusion, promoting flourishing, connected by actual reasoning, and there's no circular argument here. So how do you do? If you spotted all the circular arguments, you may be officially smarter than a libertarian, at least on this particular fallacy. But hey, if you stumbled along the way, no worries. Logic can be tricky for the best of us. The point is to be aware of begging the question and know that it can happen whenever someone uses their conclusion as part of their premise. It's like building a house on top of itself. It looks convincing at a glance, but there's nothing actually holding it up. This was a short video, so thank you for tuning in to Are You Smarter Than a Libertarian? Begging the Question edition. If you had fun and maybe learned a thing or two, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. And remember, always examine the premise and the conclusion. Check if your argument runs in a circle. Don't be afraid to call out begging the question when you see it. You can do it tactfully and it's fun. So, until next time, I'm your host, Jeff Metric, reminding you that new videos drop every day. Until next time, stay free, stay informed, and stay accountable. Have a great day.